Hey, Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Rahu and the three Mercury-ruled nakshatras, which are Ashlesha, Jyeshta, and Revati. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So firstly, what does Rahu represent? Well, Rahu always comes along with Ketu. So Rahu represents our desires, our ambitions, what we are moving towards in this lifetime. So it is the unfulfilled karmas from our past life experience that we are here to face in this life. Rahu, though, also is illusion because it takes us into our desires, our fantasies here in this material incarnation, which can turn into obsession. And so this is something to watch out for. Rahu also is very eccentric, very unconventional. So it shows a creative side, a clever side of ourselves that is able to think outside the box. Now, Mercury is the planet that controls this physical earth. Mercury is all about the plants, the animals, and it is all about manipulating the aspects of this material world to use to our advantage. Mercury has rulership over communication, over words, language, numbers, calculations. Mercury is our ability to logically think and process information. Mercury is a natural businessman, is all about doing business and trading. And Mercury shows our ability to develop skills and talents to learn new subjects. Mercury behaves like a child, is always curious, is always looking to learn, to explore, to reinvent. Mercury is a very creative and intellectual planet. And so we can see these qualities very strongly in the three Mercury-ruled nakshatras of Ashlesha, Jyeshtha, and Revati, which are found at the tail end of the water signs in Vedic astrology. So all of these have this ability to think, to deal with information, to explore, to travel, to look for new information and skills to delve into. They are all very intellectual, very knowledgeable, and they are creative and skillful as well. So let's talk about what happens then when Rahu comes into the Mercury-ruled nakshatras. So Rahu and Ashlesha is definitely going to make an individual very intense with their emotions. Ashlesha is represented by a coiled serpent and is known as the clinging star. So it is all about deep emotional attachments. And so this is seen very strongly when Rahu is placed in Ashlesha as well. Very deep and powerful attachments with this placement. The difficulty here is that when you become attached to something, you can easily lose it, which causes suffering. So definitely there's a need with this position to learn to let go and to let things be instead of clinging on too tightly in these connections. At the same time, because of your ability to attach so deeply, you have great emotional intelligence. You have a great ability to understand other people's emotions and your own emotional nature and how to behave in situations with this placement. So this becomes excellent. You also want to be careful of other people taking advantage of you. Because your emotions are so strong, this makes you easy to manipulate, to take advantage of. So definitely using discernment when dealing with other people becomes very important. This placement also can give you access to otherworldly and mystical abilities because Ashlesha is ruled over by the Nagas, which are the mystical serpents who actually have knowledge of magic and mysticism. So definitely this position can give you a fascination with the occult, mysticism, astrology, deep research, healing, all sorts of fields of dealing with mystical powers and abilities. And you can use this for the purpose to heal and help other people on the planet. At the same time, if Rahu is poorly placed in the chart, then this could also be used with negative intentions to actually harm other people. So definitely the way that you use this is very important to understand. And because Mercury is the planetary ruler here, there is a huge connection with spells, casting spells, doing magic. And so also this can show the ability to manipulate other people through communication, through your use of words with this position. Because you have such a deep psychological understanding of other people, this can be used in a negative way. But for the most part, Rahu and Ashlesha gives you this great ability to heal and to work with other people through their problems. Definitely, this can show that you can have all sorts of supernatural experiences. And because Ashlesha falls in the sign of Cancer, these supernatural experiences can come into your home environment as well, because Cancer is the original fourth house of the home, of the family situation. So you can experience all sorts of paranormal activity within your home with this placement sometimes. And this could give a great interest in wanting to balance the energies within the home environment, wanting to get into feng shui, into all sorts of rituals in order to make the home a balanced and peaceful space. And definitely because this is ruled by Mercury, you have great intelligence. Once again, you can make an excellent writer with this placement. You come up with all sorts of unique and innovative ideas. This can be an excellent placement for artists, for actors, for anyone who is using their imagination with this position as well. Definitely, this can give you a great ability to get into deep spiritual knowledge, to practice rituals and mantras with this placement, which can be excellent for you. This is a great placement when it is channeled towards spirituality and towards helping those in need. This also could show a very intense attachment with the mother. Again, Cancer is that original fourth house of mother's nourishment, of family and home environment. And this is the clinging star. So this can show one of two extremes. It can show a very intense attachment with the mother, or it can show a lack of that attachment and nourishment coming from the mother, depending upon the placement of Rahu in the chart. This also makes you very security oriented because this is what Cancer is all about. Cancer is the crab. It uses its shell for protection. So you definitely are concerned with security, with stability in life. And because Rahu is here, you actually could develop some psychological issues where you become obsessed with wanting to have that sense of security. Sometimes the connection with the mother can influence the way that you also approach life. So, mother could have struggled with some situations of being a victim or having some difficulties in life. And this can transfer over to how you deal with different aspects of your life emotionally. Once again, Rahu and Ashlesha can give you great emotional intelligence, but it could also make you emotionally vulnerable where you actually put yourself in a position where you become the victim. So this is something to watch out for. This definitely shows that when it comes to relationships, you also seek to have an emotional and intellectual bond with a partner. You're not into one night stands or flings with this placement. You're looking for deep attachment and connection within your relationships. And this makes the connection very positive for you. This deep intimacy is going to make relationships thrive. But once again, remembering not to get too attached to people, to cling on too tightly, becomes a very valuable lesson. And for this placement, sometimes meditation becomes very helpful because it allows you to clear some of the information in your mind. Moon, which rules Cancer, represents the mind. So you have a very active mind. You have a lot of deep emotions and thoughts that are constantly running through the mind. So sometimes there's a need to silence the mind, to find practices to actually find a sense of calm and peace becomes very important. So let's talk about Rahu and Jyeshtha. Jyeshtha is a very powerful position. Jyeshtha represents an elder, someone who has wisdom, who has deep spiritual knowledge and insight. And Jyeshtha is very courageous. It falls in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. So there's a ton of courage, a ton of initiative, power to take leadership can be seen under Jyeshtha. So when Rahu comes into Jyeshtha, firstly, this is going to make you interested in exploring everything to the depths. You have a ton of questions about the mysteries of life, about what happens after death with this placement. You can get into deep occult and mystical knowledge with this position because Scorpio, where Jyeshtha is positioned, is all about digging deep underground, getting to the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. So you're a very curious person. You are into exploring and researching, getting to the depths of everything. This placement definitely can give you a huge interest in sexuality as well. Sexuality is connected to Scorpio. But with this placement, your interest can go into areas of actually helping other people through sexology and other forms of dealing with sexuality and the problems of other people in their sex lives. So you become very fascinated in this area as well. Definitely like Ashlesha, this is going to make you very intense and passionate with your emotions. You are a very powerful and courageous person. Once again, you have this ability to invent things, to go beyond the territory, to really explore things that are unknown to other people. And again, this makes you a leader and inspiration to others. This placement also gives you very strong faith. You believe in positive thinking and having faith and using this to overcome obstacles, which Scorpio is all about. Scorpio shows transformation, actually going through difficult situations and rising into success. So you have this ability through your connection with spirituality and truth to rise above the difficulties and challenges of life. At the same time, you're someone who can be accident prone or who can go through some dramatic situations in life. Again, Scorpio shows transformation. So you will go through sudden ups and downs, but you have the ability to come out of this stronger and wiser than ever. Again, this can get you into all sorts of forms of spirituality and mysticism. So you can even delve into magic with this placement. And this definitely makes you interested in meditation and spiritual practice for sure with this position. This also can make you someone who is very much behind the scenes. Jyeshta is falling again in Scorpio, which is Mars in a more passive way. So Mars is this violent, aggressive planet, but in Scorpio becomes more about plotting behind the scenes. So sometimes this is something that you want to watch out for, is seeking to strike out your enemies from behind the scenes with this placement. But this can also be a positive thing where you can use your ability to spread truth and inspiration to actually eliminate negative situations in life. This placement definitely could make you a great politician because Scorpio deals with psychology. So you have the ability to manipulate, to influence other people through your words, through your speech. With this placement, this becomes extremely powerful. But you are a very independent person. You like to have the freedom to make choices on your own. And this could make you a fighter for the freedom of other people as well. This placement definitely could get you into computers, hacking, technology. You can be very skilled with bringing out hidden information through technology with this position, which could even get you into spy detective work, working behind the scenes with this placement. But you have a deep love of philosophy and spirituality. You're always seeking truth and deeper meaning in life. So let's talk about Rahu and Revati. Revati is the final nakshatra in the zodiac. So it represents the ultimate place of liberation, of spirituality, of deeper truth. It is the position of moksha. And Revati is a very imaginative and dreamy position as it falls in the sign of Pisces. So when Rahu comes into Revati, definitely you can excel in the arts. You can be very talented, very creative, very imaginative. You can manifest almost anything with this position. Anything you put your mind to, you can achieve in this lifetime. Revati is also a very deep and spiritual sign that wants to seek this higher truth, this higher meaning in life. So this can get you interested in all sorts of religions, spirituality, all sorts of philosophies in life. You want to seek this meaning and purpose. This can get you interested in otherworldly things as well, getting into aerospace, into things that are all about air travel and dealing with outer space with this position. Along with this, because Pisces is all about the ocean, about the sea, about the deep water, this can get you interested in the sea, into sailing, into traveling overseas, exploring foreign cultures, foreign lands, foreign people with this placement. You are an adventurer at heart. You want to go to unknown places to explore things that are out of the ordinary. This can make you an expert healer as well, especially in terms of psychology, because again, Pisces is that imaginative dream world. So you're very in tune with the subconscious mind. With this placement, it can make you a very excellent psychiatrist, psychoanalyst with this placement. And definitely you can have a fascination with metaphysics and occult sciences. So even as an astrologer, as a metaphysician with this placement, you can do very well in helping those in need. And you have very strong emotional intelligence once again. So you are able to relate to others, to respond to situations without having an instant reaction. You have great control over your emotions. This could get you into all sorts of alternative forms of healing. Reiki, pranic healing with this position can be seen for sure. And you can excel in acting in all sorts of fields of art and entertainment because your imagination is endless. So you're able to create this dramatic emotional effect that takes other people into another reality. Ultimately, with this placement, you are all about helping people to deal with their difficulties, to come out of a dark space. Revati is the shining light. So you show the path for other people. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.